Hello everyone! Today I would like to show off my latest Twisty puzzle creation. This is the 8x8x6. This is made from an MFJS Meilong 8x8 as well as 3D printed plastic extensions, and it pairs well with the previous puzzles I've made, the 6x6x8 and 4x6x8. This time around, the stickers are made by somebody new. These are actually made by a college friend of mine. I've been getting a lot more orders recently, and it's a lot easier for him to keep up and he can ship out very quickly. The colors are the same, aside from the blue. This is just a standard blue, and that's how it will be going forward. But aside from that, the shades do look quite nice. And speaking of those shades, let's take a look at them. Let me just do a quick checkerboard. This is an even layer puzzle, so I will have to checkerboard it accordingly. The way I do it, all sides except red, orange are fully checkered. White and yellow are the same, red and orange are the same. It's just that there is the standard blue instead now, and the green is the same. But yeah, the stickers, they do look great. Although personally, I've always been more of a fan of fluorescence. And as you can probably hear, this is the post-processed version of the puzzle. This is the first version of this puzzle I've made. I've never made a standard version. So the post-processing does get rid of the sound that 3D printed extensions make, as all of the pieces have been sanded down. Now, onto some size comparisons before some turns. Here's a Moyu RS3 3x3. And what I really like about these Meilong line puzzles is that they are quite small. In fact, this 8x8x6 is relatively small, even for me. Here's a Meilong 5x5 world record M or something like that. Not Meilong, whatever the 5x5 version is called, I don't remember. But yeah, it's a pretty reasonably sized puzzle, and I like that quite a bit about it. 6x6, same can be said for the 6x6x8 and 4x6x8 that are also made from the MFJS Meilong. But now into the turning quality. This puzzle does turn quite well, and because of how small it is, it's relatively easy for someone like me to get a good handle on the puzzle. So the best way I could show that off is to demonstrate through the use of some algorithms. So I will go ahead and do that. That was the top layer setup algorithm for cuboids. I mean, it's really a T-perm in this case. But just do that again. It is a little bit tricky to keep to just turn the outer layer and not turn this with it, not turn the inner layer with it, especially when I'm not holding it. But since the puzzle is smaller, it's not too difficult to deal with. I'll do an edge swapping algorithm. I'll do the adjacent swap since that's a relatively involved algorithm. There we go. Swapped the orange and green edge centers. I messed that up. Let's not do that. So overall, the flow is quite good with this puzzle. So speaking of flow, really that has to do with the corner cutting capabilities, and it's really the standard 1 QB, just like on all of them. If you try to go too far, I have it set tighter so it doesn't pop as easily, although it still can pop. It's just not as big of an issue with this puzzle. So in that case, I had a lockup but no pop. I'm sure I can make it pop if I really tried, but I prefer to keep them tighter, that way that doesn't happen. Reverse is effectively non-existent, but the more important type of corner cutting is when the layer is just fully misaligned, and it will cut through that. So during solves, during the shape-shifting phase, it is a little bit difficult to tell whether or not the layers are aligned, but you can effectively just cut through it pretty easily. So with that said, I think the best way I can demonstrate this puzzle is to just do a full scramble. I will solve this. I'm not going to solve it on camera, but I will fully scramble it. So let me begin by doing that. So the first step of the scramble is to only turn these axes layers by 180-degree increments, and then these layers can be turned in 90-degree increments. So I will go ahead and do that. And this is also to better demonstrate the turning capability and quality of this puzzle. In a scramble like this piece, this is how we separate out pieces before the bandaging occurs, and this provides a more full scramble of the puzzle. Unlike the ultimate shapeshifters, I do actually know how to solve floppies, so I will do a full solve without parity, disassembly, cheating, or any of that. At this point, I think that that is sufficient for the partial scramble. I'm going to get a picture of this because I don't have one yet, so give me 1 second. I've never made, this is the first time I've made this puzzle, so I need to make sure that I document it. Alright, moving forward. Now I can go into the full scramble phase. So this is where I indiscriminately turn all layers by in 90-degree increments. And this puzzle effectively bandages down to a 6x6. So now the layers that I can turn, I mean the puzzle is reduced down to a 6x6 in terms of what I can turn due to the bandaging that occurs. And since it's a floppy and not ultimate shapeshifter, there's only one piece size worth of difference in the levels, and by levels I mean the size of, like, the amount that pieces stick out. So it does become a shapeshifted mess, however not so much as the ultimate shapeshifter variations. And I do believe that I will be making a 4x6x8 video very soon, and by that I mean within the next week, as I did have somebody order that puzzle, so I do need to make one. And this is when the corner cutting really comes in handy, because I honestly cannot tell at times whether or not a layer is lined up. But since it's fairly lenient due to corner cutting, I can just turn through it and everything will find its way to its proper place. Anyways, I think that that is a fairly sufficient scramble, and hopefully this exercise has demonstrated the turning quality of the puzzle, as well as the noise it makes. None of the scratchy 3D printing sound. And with that said, I will stop here, and I'm going to go solve this since I actually can. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.